Wild game. You know, I guess, depending on how you want to look at it, there were some really fantastic things that happened. Probably on offense, on defense, special teams. You could sit there and say, this was awesome. You just look at some things that was awful. But the thing I guess that I take away from it the most was, you know, two teams that just played their tails off. Two teams that, you know, at one time or another had some adversity, getting behind and find their way back into it. And, you know, of course, we got behind and then we took the lead, and then they battled back. And I don't remember if they ever took the lead, but we certainly got within striking distance to where it was very uncomfortable. And even we had that 10-point lead late. I don't think anybody believed it was over. Maybe the fans thought it was over. We went up by 10 at the end. I don't know, but they did a great job of moving the ball down the field, scoring. There you are with an onside kick, trying to decide whether you get it or not. And even when that was over, when you got it, you think, you know, one first down might do it, but it actually took 2 first downs to do it. And just really proud of how the guys finished the game. And extremely proud of the effort. And there's some, like I said, some beautiful plays, but there's some things that we just can't continue to do and keep winning. So, but I'm happy for the victory.
Coach, aside from maybe the first 6 to 8 minutes of the game, stretched into the fourth quarter, this kind of have an old school SEC feel to it, just grind it out defensively, running the game.
Well, in a way, if everybody remembers or thinks of old school is hammering the ball and playing defense and special teams, that whole third quarter was that. I mean, it was a field position thing. And, both teams were trying to, you know, score some points, but if you couldn't, you just, you know, punt the ball, and they kept knocking us back deep, and then we actually did finally turn the field enough to get to around midfield, punted them down deep, and ended up finally making it where there's a lot of grass behind them. The defense had a lot of series there, especially in the third quarter, when they didn't have a lot of grass behind them. I thought the defense did a phenomenal job after both turnovers, not giving up any points. They obviously took advantage of a turnover for a touchdown, took advantage of the punt down deep. You know, you kind of hope you get a good bounce every once in a while. I mean, when a punter punts the ball like Colin did, the one that was down inside the one, you hope you get the right kind of bounce, and you hope the guys can keep from bumbling in the end zone, you know, and the guys did a good job of getting on the one. And it might have been the most important play of the game was that punt.
Mark,
down the inside of the one.
You back off all the people that are bringing up in the box, and then to give you more opportunities in the passing game, but you look like.
Say again, I'm sorry.
They've had so many people up in the box, you know, looked like Kermit stopped the run in the first half.
Yes.
They were back off of that, or they.
Not really. I mean, they never got in a situation that I saw that they said we're going to put, you know, both safeties in the box and totally sell out. They did like most people do. They played one high safety. I thought, you know, most of the game they played it pretty good. It's hard to contain a guy like Gurley because, you know, part of it is we block pretty good, but when we don't block good, he tends to bring his own blockers and breaks tackles and finds a way to get just a little bit more yardage. And then, of course, that spectacular run. I mean, he jumped over that guy right in front of my face, and it was, I would say right now, it's more spectacular than Noshan's, I thought. But I thought Noshan's defender got a little lower than this guy. I don't know how high Ty got on that thing. There's probably a way to scientifically measure both. Maybe Noshan's was better, I don't know. But it's pretty impressive to see right there in front of you, just shake your head. Wow.
Was that as good as Todd has looked to you? I mean, beyond that play, I mean, 200.
Well, I think because the number of carries and the fact that I knew fatigue was setting in, you know what I mean? And then it becomes a heart thing. You know, what's in your heart? How much do you care? How deep can you dig as a competitor? And you know, with Sony getting banged up and not being able to play as much as we would like to. And by the way, he's got a shoulder injury that we'll find more about find out more about later on. Don't really know for sure on him. But, I knew Ty was getting tired, but I knew he was digging deep. It was not super hot, but it was warm enough to get to you. That might have been the most impressive day, just from a gut check, a guy making plays when we absolutely had to have him. And really, really proud of him. Not too fired up about the spike. There's a difference between, getting excited. It's okay to get excited. We gotta keep our poise. And I'm not talking just Todd. It was, when I got coaches running on the field wanting to celebrate. I got all kind of stuff where, everybody's excited, fired up, and you love enthusiasm, but you have to do it within the rules, or you may end up kicking off from the 20, and all of a sudden they got the ball at 50. So we gotta do better at that.
Park Hudson